What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Commander Deck Tech. This week we are doing Samwise Gamgee, one of the Lord of the Rings commanders. So Samwise Gamgee, he is a Selesnya commander. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, create a food token. You can sacrifice 3 foods and return target historic card from your graveyard to your hand. So there's lots of different versions of this deck running around that I've seen. I've seen Samwise Legends. I've seen just straight up Samwise tokens where they don't even care what they're doing. They're just making tokens. I've also seen some really competitive, really fast versions of this deck. So definitely lots of different builds. This is one I kind of built on a whim because I wanted to make food tokens and take advantage of his second ability with the historic spells. So it's not so much Samwise Legends, but it is Samwise Historics, I'm going to call it, because there's lots of historic stuff for him to target, and lots of ways to make foods, make extra tokens, and so on and so forth. But like always, deck list will be down below if you guys want to check the whole build out. I am not going to go over the lands because it would just take way too long to go over all the lands in the deck. But if you guys want to check the deck out, try it out, order the cards, build a deck, link down below for you guys to do all that. And let's jump right into this deck tech because I haven't won many games with this deck, but I do enjoy playing it. Probably just making all the tokens. I really enjoy making tokens. Token decks have to be right up there. Second favorite deck. All right, so kicking off the creatures, we got Birds of Paradise, Brandywine Farmer, who makes foods. Tristani, Selesnya's Voice. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to its toughness. And then we can pay 3 and populate, create a token, and create a copy of that token. Yeva to give our green stuff flash. Soul Warden because we're pretty much life gain. Keeper of the Accord. Speaker of the Heavens. Destiny Spinner. Protean Hulk. I love this card. What a great card. Teshar. Ancestors Apostle. This is another great card with Samwise because whenever you cast a historic spell, you can return target creature with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So this, with Samwise, definitely helps. A lot of our creatures are less than 3, and they are a handful of historic spells. So we'll be casting some historics. We got a Burnished Heart, Finhorn Elves, another Mana Dork, Selfless Savior to give our commander indestructible or something indestructible for 1 turn. Sun Titan because we have a lot of cheap creatures and cheap permanents. Murdoch, Brandy Buck makes food tokens when we attack with halflings. We have quite a few. Wood Elves, Righteous Valkyrie. This is what I'm trying out. I haven't actually got this in a game yet, but I figured its second ability is pretty good. If we have at least 7 more life than our starting life total, creatures we control get +2/+2. We got a Peregrine Took, Kadir, Caller of the Small. She makes rabbits equal to the number of tokens you currently control when she deals combat damage to a player. So another way to make some more tokens. Prowling Serapard, because we don't want our stuff getting countered. Suture Priest, Core Cartographer, Feasting Hobbit. Probably one of the win cons in this deck. It has Devour Food 3. As it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice any number of food tokens. This creature enters with that many +1/+1 counters times 3. So, like late game, build up a bunch of foods. Sack all the foods to him, make him really, really big, give him haste, and swing out and kill someone. Daxos Blessed by the Sun. Butterbur, Bree Innkeeper, another way to make more foods. Elwyn Harbree's Busybody. You can tap to look at the top X card of your library, where X is the number of tokens you've created this turn. Put one of those in your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So just a kind of way to filter through your deck, because we're going to be making tokens every turn. Academy Manufacturer, because we're making food, so why not make food, clues, and treasures? Lathril, the Bountiless Dawn, because we're going to be gaining life because we're making mostly food. And why not put +1/+1 counters and stuff? Sir Ginger the Meal Ender. I like this card in this deck quite a bit. So when another artifact you control is put in the graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Sir Ginger. So all our food tokens, clue tokens, treasure tokens, those all hit the graveyard when we sacrifice them. So Sir Ginger can get pretty freaking big. Timeless Witness, in case we gotta get anything back. Orchard Strider. Tireless Provisioner, because we might as well make more tokens. Graham O'Brien, and Prosperous Innkeeper. So those are the creatures in the deck. Like I said, lots of ways to gain some life. Lots of ways to make different foods, different tokens. The only Planeswalker we have in this deck is a Johnny the Great-Hearted. Creatures you control have Vigilance, and you can +1 them to gain 3 life. Or -2 and to put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control and each other Planeswalker. So, pump your creatures. For enchantments, we have Griffin Airy. In my mind, this makes sense. Whenever you gain 3 or more life, at your end step, you can put a 2/2 white Griffin if you gain 3 more life. We're a food deck. All we gotta do is sack up 1 food and gain 3 life. Guardian Project, because we're playing a lot of creatures. Perish, which is an enchantment aura. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to enchanted creature instead. This was fun. I put this on one of my opponent's indestructible creatures. So it was a pain for them to get rid of. But Johnny's Welcome. Fey Offering. It lets us make a treasure token, clue token, and a food token. If we've cast both a creature spell and a non-creature spell this turn, which is fairly easy for us to do. Quest for Renewal, Cleric class, and Uvenwald Mysteries are wrapping up the enchantments in the deck. Stuck to the mat there a little bit. Artifacts, we have Silesia Signet, Gold Pan, Lifecrafters Bestiary, Panharmonicon, the double R triggers, Treasure Map, Commander Sphere, Elixir of Immortality, and Mishra's Bauble. That's the artifacts. For instance, we've only got a few. We got Thwart the Enemy, Revitalize, Stew the Conies, Path to Exile, Shared Summons, Harrow, Crop Rotation, and Gold Rush. And then, last but not least, for the sorceries in the deck, Revive the Shire because it's on theme, Explore, Farseek, Flower Flourish, Cultivate, and 3 visits. Now, this is just the first version of this deck. Like always, I'll probably do an updated version in the future, but this was just kind of the version I'm using to play around right now. Like I said, it doesn't win as much as it probably could. If I tweak it a little bit more, it could definitely win a lot more. But I enjoy the deck. I enjoy making tokens. And sometimes the game's not always about winning. Sometimes it's about gaining a shit ton of life and seeing if your opponents can actually still kill you. But leave a comment down below. Do you like the Lord of the Rings decks? Which was your favorite legendary from Lord of the Rings? Was this a deck you would build, would play? Let me know. And I will see you guys in the next video.